Hi, welcome back to Follet, the video book. This little video snippet will be the second part of chapter 15. And uncharacteristically, it's safe as houses. Anybody can enjoy this little snippet as much and as often as they choose with anyone of any age. Just so you know, I'm thinking of you. And once again, if you look on the little comment underneath this video, you can find a link to the Amazon.com page where you can purchase a copy of this wonderful book. We're plugging away at the sequel, which maybe I'll have done by Christmas. A Christmas present. It's a thought. Okay, well, buy yourself a copy of this lovely book as a pre-Christmas Christmas present, and you'll never look back. If you're ready, here we go. They reached Gadsden and meandered around the early morning streets until they ran out of Gadsden and into Atala. Mary spotted a restaurant with a welcoming neon sign, "Lookout Mountain Pie Way," and told Follet this must be the place. Follet nodded and pulled into the little gravel parking lot. There were a couple of pickups in the lot, one old rust bucket surrounded by half-dozen men dressed in camo with hunter orange caps. Follet and Mary went inside and sat at the counter. A waitress appeared almost instantly, offering 2 cups of hot black coffee. Mary smiled and told her thanks. The waitress said, "I'll be back in a minute," and turned to the kitchen to pick up 4 huge platters of ham and sausage and bacon and grits and eggs and toast. She balanced them as adroitly as any circus plate spinner and took them to a nearby table, where she set them down as gently as if they were cradled babies. Mary ignored the plastic-coated menu, focusing on a chalkboard of specials at the end of the counter. "Well, all right," she chirped. Follet looked quizzical, and Mary pointed out the last item on the list, black bottom pie. "If it's as good as it should be, it will be special," she enthused. The waitress returned and Mary ordered for the 2 of them. The waitress grinned. "My grandma's recipe, ginger snap cookie crust, dark chocolate custard, bourbon-infused chiffon, and fresh whipped cream, just about as good as it gets." Mary smiled her thanks, and the waitress turned to place their order. Follet had been looking at the countertop jukebox. He was flipping through the cards that listed the songs when he found what he was looking for. He reached into the front pocket of his jeans, pulled out a quarter, and slid it into the slot on the top of the little machine. From hidden speakers in the ceiling, all the notes sang, "What I want, you've got, and it might be hard to handle. Like the flame that burns the candle feeds the flame. Yeah, yeah. What I've got's full stock of thoughts and dreams that scatter. Then you pull them all together, and how I can't explain." And the waitress returned with their pies as the chorus began. "Oh yeah, well, well, you," and Mary sang, "Ooh, you make my dreams come true. You-hoo, you-hoo, you-hoo." And Follet ate his pie and smiled as he watched Mary bounce around on her stool and sing into her forkum microphone. When the song ended, Mary got to the serious business of pie. She took one bite and motioned for the waitress to come over. "Your grandma's recipe is very special, the best I've ever had," Mary told the woman. The waitress pushed a stray lock of dirty blonde hair out of her face, grinned and said, "Thanks, I'll tell her when I see her after work today." The waitress left them, and Mary scarfed up another big bite of pie. "We've got another song, Mary, your choice," Follet said as he flipped the cards in the tabletop jukebox. Mary took a long sip of coffee and turned to the task of finding the right song. She found hers almost immediately, and Roy Orbison sang, "Dream baby got me dreamin' sweet dreams the whole day through. Dream baby got me dreamin' sweet dreams nighttime too. I love you and I'm dreamin' of you, but that won't do. Dream baby, make me stop my dreamin'. You can make my dreams come true. Sweet dream baby, sweet dream baby, sweet dream baby, how long must I dream?" Mary leaned over and kissed Follet playfully on the cheek and went back to finishing the serious business of the pie. Follet got up and paid the bill before heading for the little restroom to splash water on his face and run his fingers through his hair. He was tired, but he felt a job ahead, and he and Mary could rest after work. Follet returned to the table, and Mary said, "I'll meet you at the car. Gotta freshen up." Follet nodded as she turned to go and thought, this woman would look fresh in a hurricane. He walked to the caddy. Mary joined him a few minutes later, and they drove to the northwest, past Cullum and then Moulton and then Wolf Springs. Just before the Muscle Shoals city limits sign, they turned onto a little road that skirted the Tennessee River all the way to the Mississippi border. They passed farms and factories under a sky that was turning a vibrant blue. "Welcome to the Tennessee Valley, Mary," Follet said. After a few miles they came to Tuscumbia, and then Follet turned right off the highway north on River Road, and just down the street from Shady Grove Musgrave Tabernacle he found a little road, lined at first with spraddle-roofed houses, and as he neared the river these little gable-roofed homes, each with a porch at the front and a porch or lean-to in the back, and they became fewer and gave way to lonely dog trots as it neared the river. There was a sign for a park up ahead, and Follet headed to it, even though he felt the unmistakable and insistent tug of a dreamer's dream pulling him back. "Got a job, Follet?" Mary asked as they pulled into a tree-shaded parking lot near a nest of picnic tables and 3 or 4 softball fields. Mary pulled a book from her bag when Follet nodded. He leaned over to kiss her and said, "See you after work, Mary." "Your movements are graceful, Follet. All the girls you do please," she replied with a dazzling smile that almost convinced him to stay.